Big up Avalon Emerson. Let's talk about Avalon Emerson. Or is it Avalon? Avalon Emerson or Avalon? Avalon Emerson. Now, weirdly enough, right? Weirdly enough, I think my first exposure to Avalon Emerson might have been on Whore. I'm swear to God. I think I discovered her on Whore during the pandemic. That might have been the first time I ever discovered Avalon Emerson, which is really funny because I think she's from America, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure she's like Californian or San Francisco, one of those type of places. So it's really funny that this artist who's become a real staple within the, what do you call it, trance, techno, whatever, the DJ scene, she become a really big staple. Her set that she did in Berghain, maybe the most recent one, is still fondly spoken about on the fucking Reddits and stuff. People adore Avalon Emerson, and it's really been crazy and really cool to see how her career has progressed. From, again, seeing her play on fucking Whore back in the day during the pandemic to now, she's kind of grown out of just being a DJ. She's now got her own band. And she does basically kind of indie music, you'd call it, but she has her own band. She does live performances and also DJ. Like DJing is like the last thing that she kind of does in a way. She does way other things, which is fucking cool. And I love how she's been able to kind of like, you know, go around Europe while still doing shows in America and not kind of forgetting her roots. So big up Blood Clot Avalon Emerson. I think this was a set. Yeah, I think this might have been a set. This might have been the one. I think this might have been the first set I ever heard her play. Might have been this one. Might have been this one. I think so. Let me double check. I think is that the one? I think that's the one anyway. From 2002, right? I think that's the first time I ever heard of her. I swear to God, it might be on Whore. 2002, 2023, 2005. Trezor. What else we got here? Yeah, I think that might be it. I think that was the one. I think that 2002 one was definitely the one. So let's go in a round. Let's go here. Go on. Hey. Yeah, she's too good, man. She's hard. And you know what's really funny too? How far has fucking Whore fallen off? It's crazy how things come in it. Whore was the top of the top when it came to DJ live streaming platforms. Then all it took was the Israel-Palestine war, right? The genocide, right? The Israel-Palestine genocide. And then, if I'm not mistaken, what the mistake they made is that I think there were some DJs playing on Whore who were wearing like pro-Palestinian t-shirts and merch and shit. And the owners of Whore are Israeli, obviously, because literally everyone connected to like dance music in the behind the scenes is from Israel, which I've never understood really. Hopefully someone makes a documentary about that. Hopefully somebody makes some sort of documentary kind of like, you know, peeling back and understanding why there's so many clubs and agencies and production companies are all usually owned by Israelis. It's really interesting how much influence they have in the dance music scene. That their fingers are in many pies. It's kind of cool to see. But then I've also heard that the Israeli kind of scene anyway, especially the gay scene or the queer scene in terms of clubs, is super, super cool. It's really, really well known, really well regarded, at least, you know, before everyone kind of became like anti-Israeli, right? But it's very, very well known to be a very kind of like oddly accepting place for like queer gay culture. and the clubbing scene there is meant to be really cool. They have really cool clubs, and I think somebody I spoke to about it as well said they have a really big like DJ scene in actual Israel, where a lot of the guys and girls play there and don't even play anywhere else. They're just like local heroes that are very well known in Tel Aviv and shit, and they do pretty well off the clubs that they play in. So the whole clubbing scene there is really interesting. So it's really cool to see. But anyway, I remember this set like it was yesterday. It was a fucking great time when whore was whore. When whore was fucking whore. I remember this set like it's yesterday. Let's fast forward to a little bit here too. And I root for her more because she's American too. I root for her more because she's American. She's American coming into Europe and killing it. I root for her more because it's probably way harder when you're American coming over here, because the talent level in Europe when it comes to DJs is incredibly high. There's loads of talent, loads of competition. So for her to come to Europe and shell the way that she does, especially with a very unique type of playing style, loads of trance, loads of happy, you know what I mean? She's not always wearing black as well, which is a nice little change. I love it. I really do love it. Hey yo, big up Avalon though. She out here built like a footballer from the 1960s. Big up fucking Avalon. She's out here built like a footballer from the 1960s. Anyway, big up Avalon. Let's get back to the article. Big up Avalon. Big up Blood Clot Avalon. Let's get back to the article. So this article, courtesy of New York Times, really cool little feature here. It says the loud nights and quiet days of Avalon Emerson. Known as a DJ at one of Berlin's most storied clubs, she swerved with an LP of dreamy pop. Now she's back cataloguing the eggs of 30-something creative life. Big up Avalon. Let's check out the article written by Foster Kammer and visuals by Tim Barber. Let's go. The snow-covered cottage, a 5-year-old Havanese poodle mix named Elmo, curled on the couch, the smell of freshly baked cookies in the air, a married couple living in domestic tranquility. These maybe aren't the first images that leap to mind, thinking of one of the most beloved DJs at the debauched Berlin nightclub Berghain. Yet, this is how Avalon lives, deep in the upstate New York with her wife and bandmate Hunter Lombard. On a frigid day last month, she was at home, chilly chatting about the cabinet she built to house her CDJs and turntables. Of course she builds cabinets. Proper lesbian stereotype, innit? I love it. Big up Avalon. Of course she can. Of course she's into carpentry. Of course she knows her way around the hammer. Of course, love her. Primarily cherry and some birch. The cherry is my favorite wood. She quietly marveled. I think it's kind of local. It's beautiful. Ask anyone who's seen her DJ. Emerson is full of surprises. After a decade as one of the underground dance music's most beloved, influential performers, she put out her first full album of original music with her band to 2023's Avalon Emerson and the Charm, which was a great album, by the way. I wasn't expecting it to be good, but I really enjoyed that album. I played the fuck out of that album. I'm not gonna lie, it was really fucking good. Its follow-up, Written in Changes, due Friday, includes production by the founding Vampire Weekend member turned producer Rostam and Maggie Rogers, Carly Rae Phillips. There she is, Jensen. Sorry, that's a great picture, by the way. That's a great picture in her crib. The debut featured ethereal synth-laden pop. The haze of 80s alt rock, the Sundays Everything But the Girl, and trip hop backed shorties or chanters of the 90s Birth Autumn, Dido, and Portishead. Big up Portishead. Laden with warmly wistful cello lines, softly strumly guitar licks, and the yearning synth chords. The new album refines that aesthetic, sneakily catching sounds and penetrating lyrics that capture the yearning and the uncertainty of 30-something creatives and romantic life at its precarious moment. Music sat on the back burner for Emerson, who grew up in Phoenix, until she dropped out of college after 2 years and moved to San Francisco for tech internship. Okay, she's in the tech world. Yeah, I didn't know that. She lived in Soma warehouse with about 8 other people in a young bohemian post-recession ideal. Working for startups wasn't great. Yeah, it's never great. Big up Avalon Emerson. It's never fucking great. I was getting frustrated with working in tech, being around people that wanted to disrupt and destroy industries. Oh, I remember that. I remember that, man. I remember that era of working for startups and they all said the same thing. We want to disrupt this so-and-so industry. Or what everyone used to say, we're going to be the Uber of... like, oh my God, what a horrible time. What a horrible time, man. I was getting frustrated working in tech and being around people that wanted to disrupt and destroy industries, talking like they're receiving messages from God. Exactly. Emerson remembered grimacing, but her connection to music kept growing. She taught herself how to DJ and started throwing parties at warehouses, going to others as photographer for a local alt weekly. Before long, she was using music to learn how to produce. Exactly, that's how it starts, man. It really isn't that difficult to learn how to DJ yourself and to throw your own parties. It's one of the most rewarding and fun things that you can do. It's incredibly scary. I've done a lot of parties over the years in my life. Some of them have been good, some of them have been bad, some of them have been successful, some have been not so successful. Some of them have been super full, some of them have been fucking empty. But it's so rewarding to put on your own night, book some of your friends, maybe book an artist that you really like, and get to play yourself in front of a crowd. I fucking love that. I actually think one of the reasons why I got really good at DJing primarily was because when I started promoting my nights, I always played like the early sets. So I was playing the sets that weren't really quote unquote important, but looking back they were, because I got to learn how to actually build a set over a long period of time. So I was playing a minimum of like 4 hours, right? A minimum of 4 hours before someone would come play at 12. I'd kind of start, around 8 p.m. to kind of get the mood going. And I learned very quickly how to kind of set the mood and get people on the dance floor without kind of peaking too early, without maybe scaring them away, you know what I mean? Without maybe clashing with whoever's going to come on and play at 12. It's a really important skill that you learn to do by crafting and weaving those sounds. So I really do implore anybody who's looking to get into nightlife, just start your own raves. Forget trying to DM people about doing sets and playing at their parties. Just save a bit of money from a couple of paychecks and hire a place or book a club that's already open and just go play there if they've got already CDJs and put on your own little night. Make a flyer. These days with fucking ChatGPT and AI and shit, you can make flyers for basically nothing and go and put on parties and get out there. It's really, really fucking fun. I would actually advise nowadays, something I'm going to do in the future actually, once I get my shit settled with my new housing and stuff, I'm actually going to definitely get the controller, that CD, that Pioneer X DJ thing, right? That all-in-one unit, and start doing a lot of street stuff. That's what I'm going to start doing. That's exactly what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start doing a lot of that street stuff because I think that street stuff is actually the way to go. And actually bring the music to the people. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't really give a fuck about... Don't get me wrong, it's great to play in clubs, but I just want to be playing music in front of people, you know? It doesn't really matter where it's at. So playing it in front of people, especially considering the clubbing scene in London, there's not that many places available for up-and-coming people to actually play. Just going out in the streets and playing it might be the way to go. But yeah, before that, learn to play, put on your parties, book your friends, invite your friends, have a blast. Let's continue. A big tax return spurred a move to Berlin, a global epicenter for dance music. Still, the specter of needing to put the future together loomed, and she refused to quit working. I was the only one on my friends with a day job. Referring to the social media fueled post-COVID explosion of dance music popularity, she explained that DJ music has become a career option for people. Back in the day, she added, it wasn't. Oh, wow. Yeah, but that's why I always advocate. I've always said, I think it's important as a creative person to always have a full-time job until the time that your creativity can pay your way and basically make your full-time job salary. But I think you should always do both. And actually, I think the struggle, the friction of having to balance and keep a full-time job while also pursuing your creative, joys actually brings about better work. The tension. Like, I actually feel like I was way more productive, I think, when I had to go into an office to do my 9 to 5. Now that I'm doing it mostly from a desk and, on the laptop and working from home, it's not the same. I feel like I was way more productive and got way more out of my day. Like, I feel like I really, really maximized the 24 hours I had because I had to go to the office. I had to commute. I had to go to the gym before I was going to work. So I had to factor all those things into then also planning how I'm going to take my gear with me to work, making sure I leave. At lunchtime, I'll be burning CDs, organizing my playlist. So it's really fucking important. Not only just for the money, the kind of money that you get obviously from working, that can obviously fund your creativity, but I think mostly just to kind of keep you at that high rev, the high rev, like really, really fucking going for it. Sometimes I think that works way, 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 way better. And I also think most creative people, like myself, we're inherently a little bit all over the place. So I think sometimes jobs can give you can give you guardrails, can give you guardrails, can give you train tracks to kind of guide you along as you continue to grow and grow and grow. It continues. What's this? Is a little video of her, right? What's she doing here? A little video of Avalon. What's she doing here? A little video of her doing some archery. Great to see. Great to fucking see. Emerson started getting booked around Berlin, landing a spot on 2016 to play Berghain's Panorama Bar. An hour slot became an 8-hour slot. She soon scored a coveted closing gig, and legend of the electric high energy sets grew. Yeah, I'm actually going to check that out, actually. Avalon Emerson appreciation from 3 years ago. So last Sunday was something special. But honestly, Avalon Emerson has consistently producing some of the most brilliant DJ performances of anyone anywhere. It really seems to be that she is elevating the form of transcending the art of DJing. Her 2-hour festival sets are great, but those 4 hours in Pano are just packed with such ambition and such craft. It's awesome to behold. There is so much emotion and connection, such that most of my friends were in tears at the end of her set. Fucking hell, mate. Imagine that. I'd love to get that kind of response in my DJ set. Look at that fucking review. Her 2 hours festival sets are great, but those 4 hours in Pano Bar are just packed with such ambition and such craft. It's awesome to behold. There's so much emotion and connection, such that most of my friends were in tears at the end of her set. Yet this is also banging, bassy, super danceable, and just really, really fun. To my mind, there is no other DJ who comes close to achieving that. It feels like a great privilege to see her perform at Pano, a place she clearly loves. So if you haven't seen her play yet, I recommend making your mission to do so. She's literally the best. Wow. I always catch her. She's playing. I never regretted it once. I also love her vibe. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone better. Just incredible artist and talent and human. I attended her closing set at the Sylvester Club Night, and it was easily my best Pano experience. I came back again for the last weekend, and she's still the mind blown at Pano. She's literally the queen of Panorama Bar. I agree with you. I haven't seen her play. Make it your mission. Wow. I want to explore pan artists, but I can't leave berghain. The light DJ also played a crucial role in her Pano set. One of the best to ever do it. Literally the best DJ there. God damn. Absolute crazy level of glaze. Crazy level of glaze. They love it so much. And here's a post from that day, right? Thank you for the great weekend at Pano Bar. And I have to agree with the internet. What a wonderful Pano Bar that was. Plus swipe for bonus 0 day. Is that her? Okay, she's posting the reviews of people playing stuff of her. But big her up, man. Big up her still. What an incredible review. What an incredible... That was from 3 years ago, that review there. People just going crazy. Another one from 8 months ago. From 8 months ago. What a club night. Just wow. Got in during the TWR72 set, which didn't really catch my vibe. After some solid sleep, we returned to Elisa B, and damn, she really caught me by surprise. Renee Wise, Avalon Emerson set was probably the best I've ever heard. We were glued to the dance floor, just couldn't stop smiling. It was one of the sets where you just thought everything is okay, life is good, and I should probably call my mum. So many moments where we hugged each other, said I love you and enjoyed the music together. First time I cried on the dance floor. Fucking hell. Best club nights had so far besides New Year's Eve 2023, where Avalon also did the closing. Here are some of the tracks she played. Fucking hell, these tracks got people crying. Inspector Norse, great track, but come on, really? Levon Vincent, Man of Mistress. Yo Speed, Sweet Pie. What's Sweet Pie? What's Yo Speed Pie? I never. Let me hear what this sounds like. God damn, Avalon Emerson, you got people crying on the dance floor and shit. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I can only imagine how that would get off on Panobar. I'm not gonna lie. I can only imagine that would absolutely lift the roof on Panobar. She played Destiny's Child Bugaboo up there as well. Madonna, Ray of Light. Hey, Tony Braxton, he wasn't man enough. Yeah, she went crazy. She went fucking crazy. Thank you so much. And this is her posting. Big up Avalon Emerson in the fucking Reddit. Thank you so much, everyone who was there. I do think that's my favorite closing, at least in recent memory. This year actually marks an entire decade of playing Panorama Bar, which sometimes makes me feel old. But at the same time, I think DJing is kind of like cooking, where as you get older, you just spent more time doing it and just hearing more songs, so you get more comfortable and confident and hopefully better. Playing Pano Bar has been the thing that has most developed my style as a DJ, and I love for it. Playing long sets where you have time to go in different places, etc. But the main part of that is to play for such an engaged, appreciative and passionate crowd coming from a very genuine place. Thank you. Ted, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Big up Avalon Emerson. Let's get back to the article. Nathan Mickey, the electronic music artist and composer behind the score of the hit HBO show Industry, grew close to Emerson in the Berlin music scene. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. The guy that does Industries. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, innit? Industry does have pretty decent dance music and shit scores. That's pretty sick. I didn't know that. The guy, the electronic, I get the music director for fucking Industry is a friend of Avalon Emerson's. That is pretty fucking cool. Big up Nathan Mickey. Big up Nathan Mickey. We love to fucking see it and hear it. Let's continue. In an interview, he remembered the first time he saw her playing a 12-hour set. She was mixing the 70s post-punk band Suicide and the house music legend Dennis Ferreira, deploying a punk sort of rocker sensibility that she brought into DJing that I hadn't quite heard before. Ah, man, this is making me want to mix now, man. This is getting me pumped. This is making me want to go and do a fucking mix. Fuck. Her DJ career off the races, Emerson finally quit her day job. Even now, over a decade after early gigs, she can still wax poetic about the egalitarian transcendence of a dance floor. It's the outside of society space. It's even outside of you as an individual. You're not really talking to other people on a dance floor. You're listening to the music, but you're also in the crowd where everyone else is doing that. And you're aware of the shared experience everybody is, she's paused looking for the right words. It's beautiful. I love it. Exactly. That's the right way to talk about it. Like I always say, one of the best moments in berghain, in my personal opinion, and also in most clubs, is that moment where you're on a dance floor and like you're all dancing in sync and like you're all kind of like vibing off each other's energy, but you're not talking. You know? You're not fucking talking. You're all vibing off each other's energy, but you're not fucking talking. You're not even saying anything, but you can feel each other like giving each other energy, giving each other good vibes. And it feels like it goes on for hours. It's so fucking incredible. That synergy of you all being kind of in sync with it. It's fucking amazing. Especially if you find a good little pocket on a dance floor of people that you're kind of, like-minded with. That all came to a very sudden halt when nightclubs shuttered in the rest of the world during the pandemic, by which point she'd moved to Los Angeles. From there it was New York, then upstate New York. Life got quieter. Okay, she went from San Fran to Berlin, back to LA, back to New York. I guess because Berlin as well, during the pandemic, Berlin must have been depressing. I heard a bunch of people suffering a lot of like mental health issues in Berlin during the pandemic. I had a couple of friends who specifically moved to Berlin to pursue their DJing careers, to pursue their, careers in the scene, getting fucked up and shit. They get to Berlin and it's fucking the pandemic and there's no raves on. All the clubs are fucking closed. people are losing their jobs in the fucking dance music industry. So it must have been really depressing to go to a place where, you know, it's known for its debauchery and its nightlife, and now you can't go outside. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I can't, you know, probably the best place to go is to go back home. Because I think America had way less restrictions than we had in Europe. I think Europe was way tighter, man. Like, there weren't a lot of places in Europe where you could actually, you know, go out and stuff. Everywhere was really, really abiding by the rules. The shutdown gave me space from my physical standpoint, where I wasn't on the road all the time. And it felt like, okay, this is kind of the time to do this, to give it a shot. Where she started recording her debut album in earnest, the only song she'd released with her vocal on it was Magnetic Field's cover on the mix, making the first LP an uncertain and weird. You're kind of feeling around through a basement in the dark, she says. Big up her. Great picture there, by the way. For someone who spent a life somewhat anonymized behind the music of others, it contains strikingly vulnerable confessional lyrics. Not unlike the Magnetic Field's Stephen Merritt, whom Emerson cites as the greatest living songwriter. Tell me I got more time. When all my friends are having daughters, went a line from the first single, Sandrail Silhouette. The crowds turn over more frequently in the dance music world than in the non-dance music world, she explained. Because people have periods of their lives where they're going out, then they stop, have kids, then they may be a darkened doorways of a club once a year or something. Part of why she wanted to make an album was because it felt more permanent. There's so much continual changing of the bathwater in dance music, just constantly. The moments are very ephemeral. Batamanjali, who helped produce Written in Changes, first connected with Emerson as a fan. There's a lot of dance music that's cold. Avalon's DJ sets have warmth to them, she said. Or, yeah, he said, sorry. With Avalon, she knows how to let you know that there's a human being behind her choices and her tastes. The journey she'll take you on. Actually, you know what? Let me check. When's she playing next in fucking berghain? Because all of this gas, I need to experience some of this stuff myself. When's she fucking even playing there next? She's a post on here. She's a story. She's posting stuff about what she's doing. Let's find out. Avalon Emerson. When is she actually playing in fucking berghain next? Let's see. Let's go on a RA. When is she playing here next? Or even in London. Let's see. What's happening here? Oh, she's actually in England at the moment. Okay. Oh, she's in England next week. She's playing in Glasgow and in Manchester. No London dates. That's weird, isn't it? She's only playing in Manchester and Glasgow and Manchester. Interesting. And then DGTL Festival in Amsterdam. Again in Amsterdam. Back to America in Philly, Washington, Brussels, Belgium, Bogota, Colombia in May. Wow. No London dates, it looks like. Okay. July. No London dates, no Germany, berghain dates either anytime soon. Okay, that's a shit. But I guess probably it's promo for the album, for the band, right? She's probably maybe laying off maybe some of the DJ sets and focusing more on the band stuff there. That's understandable. Fair enough. He didn't want to interrupt the sound she'd already established with her band's first album. He was drawn to the casualness of her vocal delivery and the cleverness of her lyrics. If Avalon Emerson and the Charm was the work of someone discovering her sound, Written into Changes, which also features production by the returning Emerson collaborator Bullion, aka Nathan Jenkins, is a refinement and mastery over it. These are some great pictures, by the way. These are really great pictures. They did her well here. I like these pictures. They really did her well. The opening track, Eden, features a mystifyingly catchy bass line anchoring lyrics about what Emerson called a gnarly time in relationship, with Lombard, her wife, who also plays guitar on the album and with a touring band. Even more harrowing is Happy Birthday, a blippy lullaby about assessing the state of one's own potential in your late 30s. Its lyrics read like an existential musing for those whom adulthood has approached in a blazing flask clip. Too young to die, too old to break through. Woo! She sings on the song's celestial penetrating chorus, a winking inverted mantra. But if Happy Birthday wonders about whether it's too late to break through, Emerson's accomplishments, hosting her own day-long music festival, remixing Robin, sharing billing with some of the biggest names in electronic music, continues to suggest the opposite. Though to her, it's as much about what's happened and what could. Will I ever be able to retire? Will I be able to take care of my parents? She wonders. But she continued, you kind of have to think about it in a way where we're also not alone. We do have each other, going through it together. And, she sighed, we just have to keep going. Of course, that's what I have to do. You just have to keep going. Great fucking message. But it is kind of concerning that a DJ of her level is wondering, will I ever be able to retire? What? She's trying to tell me she doesn't make enough money now to save up a little bit for retirement. That's a bit scary, isn't it? That's a little bit scary. If she's at the level she's at now and she doesn't make enough to retire. Or she doesn't feel like there's enough. Or maybe, I guess it's workload, isn't it? Trying to balance it all. I don't know. But that's kind of interesting to see or to hear that from her. But big up Avalon Emerson. Absolutely amazing. Really can't wait to see her play again. Well, I saw her play once before here in London, but I would love to actually experience the Panorama Bar ecstasy that everyone speaks of, because the way they're glazing her in that fucking berghain community subreddit, which is usually quite tough place, is fucking crazy. Yeah, shout out to my BFF, was the one who requested Ray of Light by Madonna. She asked if anyone had any requests in the panel group chat. So cool of her to engage in real time. Her timing was perfect. By the way, that's also really awesome too, by the way. Like, you know what I mean? Engaging with fans in that way. Like, taking requests on the fucking DMs is fucking sick. I fucking love it. Shazam Final Boss. Avalon Emerson, she knows something about us that we don't. Avalon was astonishingly good for the very start of her very end. Breathtakingly brilliant. Righteously fun and banging throughout. But also life-affirming. Profoundly connecting and emotional. She has elevated to the form of what it has to be a DJ, so it seems unbelievable that she continues to elevate the form even higher. Haven't missed Avalon in Pano Berghain since 2019, and I agree that the best I've seen. What a privilege to be here. Honestly, people that live in Berlin, hope you motherfuckers are grateful for what you have over there, because some of these motherfuckers, I think they take it for granted. They take what they have for granted, living in that city and being able to go to fucking Berghain on a daily like they do. You know what I mean? On a weekly basis, be able to pop in, because god damn it, some of the lineups that these motherfuckers get is absolutely astonishing. So big up Avalon Emerson. Check out the article. It's available by the New York Times. The title is Loud Nights, Quiet Days of Avalon Emerson. I'll put it in the link description down below if you want to read it yourself. Big up the New York Times. Big up Avalon Emerson. Big up them. Big up them. Big up them.